music when I was a baby in the belly of my mother. Because I think if your mother or your family listen to a lot of music, you can feel the bass and some frequencies. I have all these memories from my childhood when my mother was listening music and dancing home, and she had these good feelings, and it was mostly mixed with music. So music was always my element to escape of the reality, I would say. When I was a child, I played organ. We had an organ home, and I tried some instrument. I had many records in my child room, many singers. Music was always around and a very important part of my life to feel complete and good and not depressed, actually. I think the first time I listened to electronic music, it was like acid, Chicago acid. So not so many vocals, only maybe two vocals. Very rough, 909, 303. Actually, it was too fast for me. I didn't like it so much because I was more into hip-hop. But I stopped going to hip-hop parties because I felt not good as a woman. Because the boys were very rude, touching my ass, treating me like like a subject or something. And then I went the first time to electronic music parties, like techno parties or acid house parties. And I felt much better as a woman, more respected, better conversations. I could hang out better with the people. So I went there not for the music first. I went there because of the social environment and the way of lifestyle feeling, or it felt like something new. I worked as a nanny for one big producer, a music producer. I took care of a little child, 3 years old. So this was my first time going away from Berlin for longer than 3 weeks. And then I came back to Berlin and I was living in a squad for 5 years. So I made a lot of music and I studied acrobatics on a private school. So I tried many jobs, bar jobs, everything. I started working first in records shop, then I started DJing, I started doing my own radio show. I'm in love with vinyl because I grew up with vinyl. For me to have the tune on vinyl is something more powerful for me. Everything starts with vinyl. It's like a wonderful feeling if you have the record in your hand, you can see the design. I think it's all together. It's a graphic design, it's the music, also the way how they mastered it. It's a historic story of the label. Also, I like to collect waves. And when I'm in bed or I travel and I can listen on headphones and I can take it with me, or in airplanes if I listen to the tracks, and reminds me also the time back in the days. But to have this vinyl is something more, it's more magic. It's a spirit of techno music. I like techno music, or even other kind of music, because it's, how I said, it's like the artwork, the colors, the object you can touch. I mean, I'm a human being, I have emotions, and if I see something, I hear something, and I can touch it, it has a stronger impact to me. I'm not a robot. You know, if you're working in music, or if you listen to so much music as me, producing, DJing, analyzing in my head music, you hear everything around you. When the tram is arriving at the train station, I hear the tram already far away. If I go in the tram and the door is closing, I hear a tone and then I think, that's an interesting tone. If you see the architecture here in Berlin or the sounds in cities, it has a lot to do with techno and industrial feelings and how your ear is changing, or how I react on music. This is city life, you know, this is something which I catch here in the city, all the sounds from trams, or when there are build houses around here. Constantly there build houses. Constantly you hear a little bit music everywhere. You know, I wear sneakers, leggings, and I produced, we made a while ago t-shirts because I couldn't find t-shirts anymore I like. But now there are so many on the market, so we stopped doing this. For me, the perfect setup to go out is like sneakers, mini skirts, leggings, something comfortable. I see my family, all the people I love, or in summer I'm often in Ibiza, so I go to the sea, listening to the sea, and the wind and the birds, just going in nature, or spending time with the people I love. I like lakes, but not as the sea, because the lake is dark and cold, and the sea is so moving, it's more, I don't know, refreshing. I go to lakes, yes, but more, it's not about the lake, it's more about there are little cafes, or there's the grass and the trees. You can lie down and relax watching the sky. If I'm on the sea, by the sea, it's more about the sea. I'm a sea lover.